Hello everyone. My big takeaways from this class are definitely stemmed from Project 1, where we learned about all of the multiple intelligences and did our interviews and stuff. And I think kind of learning how these intelligences apply like in our lives is really good. And we did our test, and then even learning how to incorporate them into the classroom. I think that was really important because then it kind of shows us what we're capable of and how we can kind of double dip a little bit. Because I know me personally, at first I was like, oh shoot, there's like verbal, interpersonal, like kinesthetic, like there's so many different intelligences. Like, how am I going to get these to work in the classroom? And then kind of thinking of them like on these different levels, and each of them like multiple times really got me thinking. And I was like, wow, like some of these just make sense. They're naturally like in the lesson plan. Some of them are a little harder to incorporate, but still, I think it's very good for us to be able to, kind of tailor our lesson plans to specific students, and then also even helping everyone, because I think it's good for all the students to get up and move around like a kinesthetic learner. And then I think adding, music into the lesson plan will also benefit everyone so that they can, remember things better. And, maybe it might not work for our own intelligence, but if it benefits the students more, then I think obviously that's a better idea. Okay, and then moving on to like moving into our lesson plan for project 2. Kind of getting more in depth with the goals, student learning outcomes, Common Core, and the ISTE standards, showing how technology really it can be embedded in the classroom and address the multiple intelligences at the same time. Because the ISTE standards, for example, students use intelligences to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. So, students working together, like getting feedback from their peers and the teacher on, a Google slide or on a screencast-o-matic, shout out, or, anything that we work on, like a quizzes, something like that. And then making sure that we have our materials down, like what intelligences we're going to be using. I definitely think I incorporated logical a lot, only because I'm a logical learner, so that kind of made it a lot easier for me. And then really like bringing it together with the procedures and everything. And logical, there we are. I think it's kind of interesting to note that we naturally kind of tailor our lesson plans to our own multiple intelligences, or at least our highest. Because I know logical is my highest, and then I had interpersonal and intrapersonal, so those are definitely scattered throughout my lesson plan. And then creating the rubric, kind of like Dr. Cordell said, making in like points value and not like few, some, or many. It really gets us thinking, and then even obviously we don't want to do it with parents and like getting mad for kids or us, whatever. But also just giving the students a little bit more like in depth of what we're looking for, and like what specifically they can do to get that A, and like hopefully they're like shooting for full points, and then there's no surprises at the end when they're like, oh, I thought I did good. I'm like, okay, did you have like 4 reliable sources or did you have 3? If you have 3, then you're losing 5 points. Like, so I think that makes it a lot easier for them. And then back finally to our lesson or our project 3. So we're working on it, right? Hope I'm not the only one. But with goals and learning outcomes again. Still incorporating technology and intelligences. There we are. What's first? Logical. Woo! Okay, and then getting the materials done with our intelligences. Still working on the procedures. Let's just skip over that part. And then like incorporating the rubric again. So I really think that it's important for students' needs to be met, and if they are logical or verbal or whatever intelligence is, I think it's really crucial that we can make lesson plans for them and help them to learn. And even this is one of the presentations from my past classes, but I think that after taking this class and learning about multiple intelligences, that even integrating Google Classroom becomes a lot easier because it hits the technology standard. It encourages collaboration for interpersonal. It can be visual, it can be verbal, it can be auditory. Like there's so many different things that this one application of Google Classroom can be utilized for in the classroom. And I think that's just awesome. Like there's kind of endless possibilities a little bit at least with this one. And I really enjoy it. Like, I'm familiar with Google Classroom, that's why I did a presentation on it, but even working with like Quizlet, and then you can split up the kids, put them in groups. If they want to make their own quiz on their own, that could be a different assignment. And so obviously, like, it's up to the teacher how much they want to differentiate between their students with the various intelligences. But just the possibilities are endless. But I would say that's my biggest takeaway. Thank you guys for listening, and hope you enjoyed.